What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tyler. Behind me is the sandworm, but today we're doing something a little different. We're not working on the sandworm. I actually recently picked up this trailer, but more about that after you like and subscribe and we roll the intro. All right, guys, so if you saw the title, you know what this video is kind of about, but I recently picked up this trailer for free. I just got lucky. Just one day my dad texted me and was like, hey, I got this trailer, do you want it? So we picked it up for free. It's in great shape. There's like just a little bit of surface rust, and which honestly isn't that bad because everything upper I may end up cutting off anyways and replacing these fenders, because one of the goals is to get bigger tires to kind of match the truck. I low-key want to go with the same wheels and same tires and kind of almost want to do the same bolt pattern so that when we mount a spare, the spare can be interchangeable with the trailer or the truck. But let's just go ahead and do like a little walk around of the trailer. Everything's in great shape. The sticker's all worn off, so I'm not real sure of the weight capacity. Tires still have tread on them, they're good. So this trailer will be good for a while before I actually start digging in the money to do stuff to it. We've got some busted lights. Lights don't work, needs a new plug. No safety chains, so those are first on my list. But I have two options that I want to go about this. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. I might even end up doing both, doing one first, one later. So my options are turning this into like an overland type trailer where we put a simple bed rack, some cargo stuff, some battery banks, some lights around it, and just a rooftop tent. Just a simple overland off-road build. I'm not real sure how long this is, probably like an 8-foot long trailer by like 4 or 5 feet. But that's my first option. Overland trailer, bed rack, rooftop tent, super simple. That's the cheapest route to go, other than, you know, upgrading the tires and suspension, which I want to do with a axle-less suspension so it can go on trails with me, because this trailer is not wider than the truck. So if the truck can fit down a trail, this should fit down the trail, as long as it's not like a hairpin turn or something. But this trailer's super light. Like I literally lifted the tongue and pushed it into the garage all the way from the other side of my house. So it's a light trailer right now with nothing on it. But we're gonna do that. All the wood is in good shape, so I don't need to replace that quite yet. But I will have to replace it or remove it if I do the other option, which is doing a full enclosed camper. My goal would be to have the camper either at the same height or slightly below the truck for aerodynamic purposes and clearance. But I would do the same thing, off-road tires, off-road suspension with that. It would just be a little bit more weight than a rooftop tent. That process would be a little bit more expensive, but I think that one would be cool because I could get tan fiberglass. I found a company, they have tan fiberglass that matches almost perfectly with the truck. So I think it would be cool to have a tan camper matching the truck and have the big sandworm logo on the side. And then if I did that, either way I do that, I want to put a hitch on the back of the trailer to get my mountain bikes on there. Obviously, probably just looking at it, the way the trailer sits right now is about how it would sit on the truck. So there's not a whole lot of clearance back here right now for the bike rack. But if I did bigger tires and the off-road suspension, it would sit up higher, making more room for a bike rack back here. And I could even do a side mount bike rack. That would be an option. So I'm really looking at, like I was saying, either starting off with just battery banks, tires, bed rack, and then put all my cargo back here to have this as a home base. And then I don't really have to pack up the truck to go hit trails or anything. I can just unhook from the trailer, go hit trails, and then come back and everything's still set up. And I would still have the rooftop tent, so if we want to leave that campsite and go to another one, I can break it down real easy, hook the trailer up and go, and just keep everything simple. I would make like a drawer system back here probably, or figure out how to get the drawers to fit between these beams or brackets. But I still think the camper option is my ultimate goal. It's just that one's going to be more expensive and a little bit more costly. But today, what we're going to do is the first step of the build process, and that will be getting the trailer ready for the road, fixing the lights, making sure it has blinkers, and fixing the safety chain to make sure this is road safe. Because I did have to tow this from the destination, and I was nervous the whole time because I didn't have a hitch pin holding the tongue down, and I didn't have safety chains. So I was nervous, took my time. Luckily, all went well. But we're fixing all that today, so I can be comfortable pulling this, because for now it's going to be used as just a utility trailer until I start actually building this. I'm kind of looking at options. If you guys know of options on what I could use for bed rack, or you have any ideas, let me know down in the comments. And then I was going to ask, when I'm doing this wiring stuff, do you guys prefer the time lapse of the whole process, or do you prefer me kind of starting out like, hey guys, right now I'm wiring up this plug, and then cut to the end and kind of show you what I did? Let me know which kind of video you like to see, whether you see the whole thing or just kind of bits and pieces where I just show you the final product. Just let me know how you feel about that. But that's what we're doing today: fixing the plug, fixing the lights, and safety chains. So we're gonna hit the store, and the goal of these videos is to kind of keep track of the process and the cost, and make sure, kind of see if this is worth doing a DIY trailer, because I know you can pick these things up for a couple $100 off Facebook Marketplace. So we'll keep track of the cost. We'll see if it's worth it. Some of this stuff I might have spent too much money on. I could have found cheaper, but it's a learning process for me. This is my first real restoration DIY build project. The truck, yeah, I built the truck, did the lights, everything, but it's a brand new truck. There wasn't a lot to it, just wiring some stuff up. But this, I'm completely gonna repaint everything, cut, splice, weld, all that stuff. So anyways, let's go hit the store. Let's go see what we pick up, and we'll keep track of the costs and everything, and then we'll come back here and start working on stuff. All right guys, so just got out of Northern Tool. Had to pick up some stuff to get this trailer operational where I can drive it on the road. So we got a light kit, and I'm doing this to kind of keep track of the money I spend, see if it's worth it to build your own overland trailer. In my case, probably is, because I got the trailer for free. But so $45 for the light kit, and then we got $18 for the harness. We've got $20 for a 5,000 pound safety chain setup, and then $6, which I think that's wrong. I think it was labeled as like $4 and something. Anyways, $6 for the snap pin for the tongue of the trailer. So that's my total so far in this trailer build series. But we're gonna head back and we're gonna start wiring this stuff up and getting the trailer to where I can safely pull it on the streets. Okay guys, so, oh shit. Yeah, I told you that trailer's super light. Yeah, can't put weight on the back of that. Okay, my mistake. So, we'll have to stand up, I guess. But anyways, hitch pins to make sure it stays locked into the hitch. We went ahead and we got 5 5,000 pound capacity safety chains, so I don't ever have to replace those in the future, because even if I built a camper, it's not going to be over 5,000 pounds. It'll all be fiberglass. And then we got the lights. The lights were the most expensive, and honestly, I could have got some cheaper ones, but these are LEDs and all-in-one blinker and everything. So, and then we've got the 4-pin plug, which this comes with 20 feet of wire, which should be plenty. But I went with the 4-pin plug for now because it was the cheapest, at least until I decide what I want to do. I might go with the full 7-pin in the future, because if I hook up a battery bank and things like that, I can charge all my batteries off that 7-pin while the truck is running. So I might do that later, depending on what I build. But for now, this was the cheapest option just to get the trailer road ready. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to open everything up, and then I'll probably start with the lights and get the lights wired up, and then we'll move on to the safety chains. The safety chain should be easy, taking a bolt out and then bolting those ones back in. So yeah, we're gonna undo the lights real quick, open those up, and then we'll start wiring stuff up. So I'll check back in a minute once I get all this stuff open. All right, so we've got the lights undone, the old ones. We're about to bolt down the new ones. They should go in about the same. But anyways, these are color coded. So the green is the right side, the passenger side, and then the yellow is going to be the driver's side, and then the wire harness is also color coded to help. Even the old one, that was green, and then I believe if we go to this one, yep, it's yellow. So those, I'm pretty sure those were the original lights on this trailer, because the nuts that I pulled off were all painted gray the same. So unless somebody just painted this whole trailer, but it should go the same. The only difference that I see is there's 2 wires, a green and a brown, which is right here, but this doesn't seem to have a ground wire. This one does. So I think the lights are grounded at the light instead of at the harness, where the old ones were grounded up at the harness on the tongue of the trailer. So I'll just bolt these down literally behind here onto the metal, and then we'll do that. But so now the next step is to honestly just run my wire up through the trailer. There's like channels underneath the trailer. This original wiring was sitting on top of the axle over here, so we're going to fix that. We're going to tighten it up so it's not sitting on top of the axle. But we'll have to run that to the channels, up to the tongue, and then we'll start wiring stuff up, and it should be pretty straightforward, especially because everything's color coded, and even the harness is color coded. So it should be pretty simple, but we're going to start that process, and then I'll check back in a minute. Okay guys, so wiring this up is going to be super simple. I've got the lights bolted into the spots. They pretty much fit exactly where the factory ones were, which I got lucky because I kind of just guessed. I picked the same shape at the store and prayed they fit. But anyways, like I said, green is passenger side, yellow is driver side. The plug is color coded the same way. So this is going to run to the driver tail light, and this is going to run to the passenger side tail light. And then this plug also comes with a ground, which we're going to ground at the tongue, and then we're going to ground each light since they come with a ground wire at the location on the rear of the trailer. But I'm going to run these through the channels real quick, and then we're going to wire them up, and then I'll show you where everything's ran, and then we're going to test them out. We're going to plug them into the truck and make sure they work. So I will check back in about 10 minutes, hopefully not longer, but I'll check back in a minute. All right guys, we've got the lights all hooked up. It's going through the light test. We got the right blinker. It's going to throw up the brake lights. All right, the light test stopped. But anyways, we got the lights working. I'm going to show you kind of where they routed up real quick. So if we get up under here, you can see where those wires are routed through the pre-made channels in this trailer. And we've got them going up to the front right here through the frame. And then we've got them mounted. They're behind the frame right here and come up under here to the plug. This came with a ground, but it wasn't long enough, so I had to splice some wire into it. And then we've got a ground there at the front, and then we've also got each light grounded at the light right there. So first process is done. I was planning on adding safety chains today, but those are going to need welded on because there's nowhere to connect them on this trailer. So we're going to weld some loops probably, and then we'll buy some more of those hooks so that we can adjust the chains as needed. And so we'll probably do that. But for the most part, the first step of this build is done. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can follow along with this build. I'm super excited about this because this is going to be my first like restoration type project. Not that this trailer really needs it. All it needed to be used for as a trailer was new lights and a new plug and the safety chains, and it's good to go. The axles seem good. The tires are good. But this trailer was free, so that means instead of me spending money to buy a trailer, I can spend money on turning it into a rooftop tent, overland trailer, or a camper. So make sure you guys like and subscribe because that's what this build is going to be every Thursday. Maybe not every Thursday, but on Thursdays, if there's something I can do to this trailer, that's when those videos will be out. They'll be trailer build Thursdays. So we have Tuesdays, unboxings, product reviews. We'll have Thursdays, will be trailer stuff. And then Saturdays, sandworm Saturdays, always. That'll be the main camping vlog, the main truck installs, everything like that. But I'm super excited to add this to the channel because this process is going to be so fun. Super light trailer. Sandworm has no problem towing it. I mean, the Canyons can tow 7,500 pounds. This trailer is nowhere near that. I would argue that this trailer is not even 1,000 pounds. I mean, it might be close, but it's super light. And even if I were to turn this into a full-blown camper, it wouldn't even be 5,000 pounds, which is what the safety chains I got are rated for. So Sandworm's gonna have no problem pulling this thing no matter what I do to it. So I'm super stoked about this. Like I said earlier in the video, this thing is just as wide as the truck, if not a little bit more narrow. So aerodynamics on this thing are going to be easy as long as I build it shorter than the truck. And even if I build it shorter than the truck, if for some reason I could park this thing in the garage, like it's parked in the garage right now, plenty of space back here, and the tongue technically is past the door, so I could close the garage right now if I wanted. So super stoked about this. Grateful to my dad for asking me if I wanted this, because this is going to be a fun build. So yeah, so let me know what you guys want to see out of this build. Let me know if you have any ideas. Let me know if you've done something similar and you know things I should avoid or things I should try doing, because this is my first full build. So let's knock this out of the park. But anyways, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.